All right, we're good. What's going on, my friend? Welcome. My name is Brando Linick, and I've got a question here. I'm going to do a quick Q&A on. The question is how to start your own business while on unemployment. So if you're living off of unemployment, you're making a couple $100s a week, or maybe a couple thousand a week, depending on what your previous, occupation was. Maybe you got laid off. When it comes to unemployment, starting a business, you have two routes. And I'm going to talk from a practical standpoint because on unemployment, unless you have a lot of savings, like tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars, it kind of limits you to your resources unless you open up a line of credit and then you get, a line of credit for $10, $20, $30,000. I mean, you can go start a traditional business if you want, but from my experience, the best tip I can give you was when I actually transitioned from traditional business while I was working 40 to 50 hours a week in a restaurant as a baker. All right, and it wasn't working out for me. All right, I was doing supplies, all that stuff, equipment, outsourcing employees through like Fiverr, Freelancer, and all these microjob sites. And I put that off to the side and I transitioned over to an online business. Why? I actually came across a person after watching a lot of YouTube videos, lots of late nights, lots of frustration, lots of trying and testing things out, who was doing what I wanted to do. They had the time freedom, they had the money freedom, they had the leverage, they were able to pick up and travel, do what they wanted to do when they wanted to do it. And because they were able to do this, I began to model and copy them. Now, their results are not average or typical, and the results that I was then able to create are not average or typical. I'm not going to tell you you're going to do the same, but I worked with a persistence and a focus and a tenacity to quit my job. I really wanted to leave working. And what ended up happening was I was able to work really hard for 3 months, create a full-time income business working part-time on the internet, and I haven't looked back since. That's going back to 2014, guys, and I share that with you to impress upon you that if you want to build a business and you want a lucrative business that pays you what you're worth, as long as you're willing to invest in your education and know how to do it, I would highly encourage you, learn to build a business and income through the internet. Learn to actually build your own business online. If you're on unemployment, it's the best, most practical thing I could share with you. And even if you weren't on unemployment, I would still be giving you this advice because by far it is the best tip I can give you, all right? And everyone's going to tell you different out there, but honestly, you don't have employees, you don't have equipment, you don't have supplies, you don't have, to do supply and demand in the traditional way. You can do it virtually, and that is one of the most coolest things ever, especially in today's age, because everyone's on their phone, everyone's on the internet. All right, it's a mass market scale, and when you know what you're doing, you don't even have to talk to your friends and family. You don't have to pitch people. You don't have to chase people down. You can learn to get people coming to you. So that is what I learned when I connected with someone. That is what I did going back a year ago. It's what worked for me. If it worked for me, it can definitely work for you. If you want to learn more information about building a business and income on the internet, if you guys are coachable, trainable, willing to learn, connect with me on my site. It's 123marketingtips.com. The link will be down below, and I'll see you guys on the beach of the world. Take care.